First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Dr. D. Satyanarayana, working as a professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. I have 19 years of teaching experience in Vijnan. Coming to my education qualifications, I got my doctorate degree from Andhra University, Visakhapatnam, and MTech from NIT Calicut with industrial engineering specialization. In this semester, I am going to deal with one of the course, that is IEPM, named as Industrial Engineering and Production Management course for the 4th BTech Mechanical Engineering students. In the next slide, I am going to give some introduction about this course, that means IEPM course. So in this slide, I would like to give some introduction about this course. First of all, what is the purpose of business organizations? This is the first and foremost thing in every organization. I would like to explain about this. The purpose of every business is to produce some product or provide some service to the public. The aim of every business organization is to get profits, sometimes maximum profits, along with some social service. Without getting profits, no organization runs in the society. Hence, for achieving the profits or maximum profits, the organization has to plan and utilize all the available resources. Resources may be in the form of men, known as people, missions, materials, money, manufacturing methods, technology, information, energy, and so on. All these resources must be utilized in the optimal way. For what purpose? For reducing the cost of production. If we reduce cost of production, then only we can increase profits. Next important term, every business starts with the customer as well as it ends with the customer. How we can justify this statement? Based on the customer needs, products are planned, designed and produced accordingly based on the demand in the market. Therefore, the business is started with the customer. And also, business organizations collects feedback from the customers before going to design the product, or for collecting information about customer tastes and preferences. Accordingly, products are produced, or sometimes services may be offered. The purpose of every business organization is to produce some products or provide some service. Product is nothing but a physical good or physical item. Similarly, after producing finished goods, they may be sent to the market for selling. After selling of goods, business generates some revenue. That means sales revenue. After producing finished goods, those goods are sent to the markets for selling. Again, customers are going to receive our produced products. Therefore, the business ends with the customer. Therefore, finally, conclusion is every business starts with the customer as well as ends with the customer. From this diagram, it is observed that in every organization there are some inputs. Usually, inputs are represented by the 5 M's, M alphabet. First M stands for men. Second M stands for missions. Second M stands for missions. Third M stands for materials. Fourth M stands for money. A huge amount of money is known as capital, money. Fifth M stands for manufacturing methods, or sometimes we can call it as technology, or sometimes information, etc. and so on. You can easily remember resources are indicated by the 5 M's: men, missions, materials, money, and methods. You can easily remember these things. So from that diagram it is observed that inputs are converted into outputs by using transformation mechanism in order to make some profits. With the help of management, all the resources may be best utilized through the proper skills in order to make some profit. Hence, for producing products or providing services at lowest cost, involvement of management is required. Therefore, in the next slide, I am going to explain about management concept. In this slide, I am going to explain about what do you mean by management. There are different topics. First one is the definition. What is the definition of management? Different books gives different definitions. A well-known definition and standard definition I would like to explain. Second one is the importance of management. What is the role of management in every organization? Next, third one is the levels of the management, also known as hierarchy in the management. And last concept is the functions or activities of the management. I am going to discuss about these things. First of all, I would like to explain about definition of management. Management is the art of getting things done by a group of people with the effective utilization of available resources. The resources may be men, that means people working in the organization. Missions or missionary. Missionary may be general purpose missions or special purpose missions. Anyway, missions. Materials, money, manufacturing methods, information, technology, and so on. These are the various resources. A single person or individual cannot be treated as a managing body running any organization. A minimum of 2 persons are essential to form a management. These persons perform the functions or activities in order to achieve the objectives of the organization. In the next slide, I am going to explain about importance of management. In this slide, I am going to explain about the importance of management. Management is a must for every enterprise. The existence of management ensures proper functioning and running of an organization. Management can plan the activities to achieve the objectives and utilize the available resources, maybe men, missions, materials, money, methods, etc. at the minimum cost. Also, every business needs some direction. This or guidance. This direction is given by the management. The resources of production are converted into useful products or services. Some organization may be provide some service to the public. The resources of production are converted into useful products or services only in the presence of management. The resources will remain as resources in the absence of management. This is the importance of management. Along with all resources, management is also needed. Otherwise, inputs will not be converted into outputs. Inputs will be same as that of inputs. Next, coming to the levels in management. Levels sometimes also known as hierarchy in the management. Usually, in the society, three types of organizations we can find: small scale organizations, medium scale organizations, large scale organizations. Large scale organization means they are going to produce large quantities of products, huge amounts. Therefore, these levels may be varying from one organization to the other organization. Usually, there are three levels of management in most of the organizations. First one is the top level management. Second one is the middle level management. And the last one is the low level management. Three levels in the management or hierarchy. Next, I would like to explain what is the role of top level management. What they will do for the organization, entire organization. The duty or role of the top level management is these people will determine the policies to be followed in the organization, and also they will decide the objectives to be achieved in the organization. This is the main role played by the top level management. The success or failure of the organization mainly depending upon the decision taken by the top level management. Also, top level management not directly involved in the execution of plan and achieving the objectives. The major functions or activities carried out by this level are: first one is the planning, second one is the organizing, third one is the staffing. These three functions are performed by the top level management. I will explain about these things in the coming slides. Next, coming to the examples. What are the examples comes under this top level management? Some of the common names I would like to tell. CEO, known as Chief Executive Officer; BOD, Board of Directors; Company President, Chairman, Managing Director, etc. These are the names, some of the names related to top level management. These are the designations. These designations may vary from one organization to the other organizations. Already told, organizations may be small scale organizations, medium scale organizations, and large scale organizations. Next, coming to the second level of hierarchy, known as middle level management. What are the roles of middle level management? These people implements or executes the policies arised by the top level management. And finally, these people will achieve the objectives. This middle level management directly involved in the execution of plan and achieving the objectives. These people will act as the supervisors on next level, that is coming level, third level of management. That means third level means low level management. These people are the bosses to the low level management. Sometimes this middle level management is also known as barriers between top level and low level. Any information must be communicated through this level, that means middle level management. Information flows from top to bottom as well as bottom to top. Both ways. information communication flows. Therefore, in this middle level management, some activities are carried out known as functions. The important functions in this level are: first one is the directing, second one is the coordinating, and third one is the controlling. Directing, coordinating, and controlling. These three activities lies with the middle level management. What are the examples comes under this category? For example, in a plant, we can observe so many departments: purchase department, production department, finance department, marketing department, quality control department, etc. Each department is headed by one responsible person, one single person known as manager. Therefore, all plant managers category comes under this level known as middle level management. And lastly, third level is the low level management. This level is also known as operational level management, because actual work is done at this level. Actual work is done by the low level management. Some of the examples comes under this category. From one organization to other organization, these designations may be vary. Superintendents, supervisors, foremen, etc. Managers at this level supervise the work of operatives to ensure that it is of required quality and is completed on time, and so on. Also, these people assist and advise the workers by explaining about work procedures, and also report the problems and suggestions made by the workers to the middle level management. Because middle level management is the immediate bosses to the low level management. Any information must be communicated through middle level management. Important concept is the functions of management or activities of the management. First, we have seen there are three levels of management: top level, middle level, and low level. Some of the activities are related to top level management, and the rest of the activities are related to middle level management. Planning, organizing, staffing. These three are the activities of the top level management. First, I would like to discuss about these three. Next, I will explain remaining functions. Planning is the primary function of the management. Nothing can be done without planning. It means thinking before doing activities, any activity. So many activities are there. In a business, we can see so many activities. In order to achieve the objectives of the organization, every organization plans what is to be done, when it is to be done, how it is to be done, and by whom it is to be done. These are the questions. Before planning, all these questions are arise. And these questions are also answered by management. Therefore, planning is a constructive reviewing of future needs, so that present actions can be adjusted in view of the established goal. Planning is a continuous process. It discovers the best alternative out of available many alternatives. With the help of this planning, we can eliminate the wastage of materials. We can reduce the idleness of people, machinery, etc. For example, if a manufacturer wants to introduce a new product into the market, first he has to find out the existing capacity of his plant and machinery, the extra workers he needs, the new technical knowledge required, the marketing strategy to launch the new product, and other related information. Then only he must take decision regarding introducing a new product. This intellectual process is known as planning. Next, second important activity of the top level management is organizing. First, what is meant by organizing? In simple words, I can say like this. Organizing is the distribution of work in group wise or section wise. For what purpose? For an effective utilization of all the resources, or for smooth running of the business operation, organizing function is very, very important. All the organizational activities are broadly categorized into various groups. For example, in a manufacturing organization, so many activities are there called as total works. All the total works are divided into small groups. Purchasing is one of the activity. That is one group headed by one in charge, known as manager, purchase manager. Similarly, depending upon the name of the department, we can say that concerned manager, known as in charge. Similarly, production department, headed by one production manager. Similarly, marketing department, headed by marketing manager, and so on. Therefore, total organizational activities are broadly categorized into group wise or section wise for effective performance. And also, along with this group section wise, we have also defined the authority and responsibility relationship among the people. In organization, organizing function defines the position of each person in the organization and determines the paths through which a communication flows. After organizing function, it is necessary to coordinate all the departments, known as coordinating. Usually, general manager coordinates all the departments. General manager is the boss for every departmental head, department manager or in charge. Next, third important activity taken up by the top level management is staffing function. What do you mean by staffing? Staffing is the process of manpower planning. This staffing includes selection of the right persons for the right jobs. It is the ultimate objective of this staffing function. After selecting the people, next organizations are going to give some training. Those are training to the recruited persons. Then promotion of the best persons, or sometimes retirement of old persons, and performance appraisal of all the person, and a suitable remuneration for every person. Ultimately, this is the powerful function on top level management side, because The success of any enterprise or any organization depending upon the successful performance of the staffing function. Therefore, management selects the right persons for the right jobs. In simple words, finally, I can say staffing is the process of manpower planning, recruitment, selection, and training of the persons. In this slide, you are going to see the some of the functions of middle level management. The three important functions are directing, coordinating, and controlling. First, I can concentrate on directing. What do you mean by directing? The actual performance of a work starts with the function of direction. Planning, organizing, and staffing functions are related to the preliminary work for the achievement of organizational objectives. But the actual work starts with the direction. It means giving orders or instructions, guidance and supervision on the subordinates for achieving the or reaching the aims of the organization. In order to convert plans into performance, a manager must provide guidance, inspiration, instruction, etc. to his subordinate staff. And last function is the controlling function. This function is very, very essential in order to ensure that every activity is carried out in accordance with the plans and direction. If there is any deviation from the expected performance, the necessary remedial measures should be taken. So finally, you can observe there are 5 important activities or functions of management. First one is the planning, second one is the organizing, third one is the staffing, fourth one is the directing, and fifth one is the controlling. There are 5 important functions of management. First one is the planning, second one is the organizing, third one is the staffing. These 3 are the preliminary functions of the work carried out by the top level management. Remaining 2 functions means directing, controlling. These activities lies with the middle level management. Next concept is the industrial engineering. What do you mean by industrial engineering? Industrial engineering is the branch of engineering which deals with the design, planning, effective utilization and optimization of various resources, production and manufacturing process for the efficient operation of the business. This industrial engineering is generally concerned with the implementation of resources such as men, missions, materials, money, knowledge, information, etc. for improving the production, quality and profit of the organization. Industrial engineering is a combination of 2 words. One is industrial, second one is the engineering. The meaning of industrial is related to industry, and the industry is basically related to production, and the production is to convert input resources into output of products with the help of production techniques, production process, and processing equipment. In this slide, I am going to discuss about production management. Our course title is Industrial Engineering and Production Management. This is one of the important word, production management. What do you mean by production management? It is a process of planning of activities, organizing of activities, directing of human efforts, and controlling the activities of the production function. It is purely related to production function. In any organization, we can observe production function is the function tells the relationship between outputs and the factors of production. What are the factors of production? Factors of production are the land, labor, capital, organization, and technology. Therefore, we have to utilize all the resources in an efficient way by using some optimization techniques and with the help of management, etc. and so on. Also, this production management combines and transforms various resources used in the production subsystem of the organization into value added product in a controlled manner as per the policies of the organization. Also, production management deals with the decision making related to production process so that the resulting goods or services are produced according to the specifications in the required quantity and by the schedule demanded and out of minimum cost.